In this video, we'll take a look what user story mapping is and how you can use story mapping to plan your product delivery in stages. Let's dive in. Hi, I'm Hannu Törmänen. Welcome to my channel. If you want to learn how to make your teams awesome, deliver products and services your customers love, you are in the right place. When you are designing a completely new product or a new feature for your existing product, you may have clear requirements from your customer or some specification that basically tells you what to deliver. But that's not always the case, especially when you design a product or service for a wide range of users or a completely public service. And even if you would have a requirements document available, it doesn't always contain a complete design how different users of a product should use the product. So user story mapping is a method developed by a guy named Jeff Patton, and he wrote this book, User Story Mapping, Discover the Whole Story, Build the Right Product. So in his book, he kind of describes this method as a deadly simple idea, so which is probably true. But anyway, this book is worth studying if you want to learn more about the method itself. It has a wide variety of case studies, for instance, and examples that you can learn from. And the key for this method is that we would concentrate more on the business outcomes. What is the impact of the product that we are building? The key is really to build awesome products which have great outcomes. Customers find those outcomes valuable, and not focus so much on the productivity of the team, how many stories per sprint, for instance, they are able to produce, and so forth. So really a nice book to read, lots of case studies and examples in the book. It's worth to check out this book, and also Jeff Patton has a lot of online content that you will find. I'll put some more information to the description of this video. So in the heart of the user story mapping is user activities. So the method insists us to build a narrative how a certain user or several users are using our product or service. So if you are explaining to others, okay, what's your morning routine? What do you do in the mornings? You can easily find some meaningful activities that you do in the morning. So let's have this example, and I'll explain more about this method. Okay, maybe we'll take a look my morning routine, what it looks like. So first, I think I'll wake up, then I'll wash up, dress up, make some breakfast, and finally drive to work. So this is basically the morning routine in the high level. So basically I have these activities, 5 steps, and then I'm done with my mornings. So what user story mapping calls these activities, they are truly user activities. So each of these 5 is a separate activity in the high level. And then the whole thing, we could call that a narrative. So I have the story of my morning. I'll tell about my morning, and this is kind of this narrative of mine for the mornings. And then I can check each of these activities, what kind of steps are there. So when I wake up, I'll turn off the alarm. Then I just get up from the bed, make some coffee, and maybe I'll check some news on my phone because of this restless situation in the world today. I like to be updated about it. Not a very good thing initially, but maybe I'll just have to get rid of that habit. Okay, and then I move to the wash up. I walk to the bathroom, and you will have your human function. You just have to take care of that. Then maybe I'll have a shower to fresh up myself, and maybe I'll do some shaving and brush my teeth. And for each of these bigger tasks, I can divide them into subtasks. Like, for instance, when brushing your teeth, you can think that, okay, you'll grab your toothbrush and then you'll pick up your toothpaste and put the toothpaste onto your toothbrush and then start your electrical toothbrush, which I use, for instance, and then finally rinse your mouth, and there you have it. So you have completed this brushing your teeth by completing each of these actions. And what we call these steps here, we can call them as user stories. So basically there's a start and finish when you are done with each of these. So like completing brushing your teeth, for instance, and there you have separate steps you need to take until you are done. And we can identify these smaller actions as user tasks, for instance. And yeah, that's basically it. The morning routine can be described by user story mapping. User story maps are a great way to capture which activities are important to the different users, how they can be prioritized, and how to plan releases of the product based on the user and business needs. So how does it all work? Well, first we will identify who the users of our products are. What is our target audience, for instance? What business objectives do we want to meet with our product? Knowing your users and customers is very important so we can build the right product for the right customers. To identify customer base or your target audience, you can, for instance, create personas. Personas represent a role of your typical or desired customer. You can also research the market conditions and interview your current customer base if you already have a product out which you sell. Okay, let's check this next example with how to use story maps. Let's create a new airline because this may be a good business when societies are opening up after COVID restrictions and traveling is ramping up again. Imagine we have something like 10 jets. We would like to sell tickets to travelers from our home base to 10 lively cities. Let's imagine that we have conducted our market research and it shows that we should have leisure travelers as our target customers. Okay, let's imagine that we have built a new airline that will operate with 10 planes and the main target is to fly 2 or 3 hour flights from our home airport to some big city destinations within Europe. So we have 10 planes that we are operating with, and then we'll need to figure out, okay, how we'll set up this operation model, because we have only 10 planes, we have few destinations we can fly to several times per day, for instance, and then we'll think about how to set up the business. So first we need to kind of decide what is our target audience. So maybe we have done some market research which says that, okay, people with leisure travels are our target audience, like single travelers, families, small groups like couples or friends and so forth. Maybe we have thought about operating with business travelers, and then in order to do customer service properly, we need some additional staff to help with customer care, and we need to follow up our operations, how the flights are booked, and are we able to operate these routes in productive manner. So these could be the users of our system, like single travelers, families, small groups, maybe a business traveler also, and then we have some additional support for our customers and our operations. But yeah, maybe if we are concentrating on leisure travel, then we just can decide that, okay, now we don't really focus on the business travelers because we have decided otherwise. So then we can start to build our narrative. So maybe if a person or a family or a group of friends and so forth start to move into our service, then we can guide them through the service by designing these user activities, like selecting flights, seeing what kind of routes are available and what time and so forth, booking the flight, paying the flight, confirming bookings and so forth. And then we need some kind of a customer interface service that people can use in order to do some further clarification on their journeys. And maybe we can offer some extra services like booking of hotel, a car rental service, and so forth. And then we have some kind of a way to manage our system. So we have this is not visible for the end users, our end customers, but the other not stakeholders, but the users of the system, like our finances and customer service and so forth. So basically, our end users, like families and friends, are interested on getting the flight info, booking flights, paying for the flights, and the customer service interface. And in some cases, it may be convenient for them to book a hotel through the same service and rent a car. So if we start to then decide, okay, how we proceed from there, what is the flight info activity offering to our customers? So we'll start with the landing page. If we have a web-based service, then we start with the landing page, and there we can share our generic info, our special offers, for instance, maybe some discounts and marketing material which is readable for the travelers and so forth. Then we'll, in order to find the good flights, then we need to show destinations, maybe and select destinations and showing the dates and the flight times for that particular destination that our travelers are interested in. And then we come to booking, and we have selected the flight. We have inserted our customer data, so all the customer passenger information is needed. We need to confirm our booking. And then when we move to payment, we display the payment options for the customers. Let them insert their credit card data and confirm that, okay, we truly want to pay this flight now. But in addition, you might consider, okay, maybe these credit cards are fine, but in the later phase, people may want to pay with other means, like using NetBank or PayPal or whatever services could be available for them. So, but that's not perhaps the first stage implementation that we are offering. So that's why I leave it under this dashed line here, so we can consider adding these later. And for sure we need to deliver the tickets to the passengers and the customers. So in order to have some kind of customer interface service, maybe we could start with chat, and then later on add a phone service just to get going with the chat. And then if we don't have the real good customer care function with phone, that might be a next step to add. And if we are interested in booking a hotel through our airline, then for the minimum we can show them links to available hotels at the destination, for instance. And for car rentals, we can offer links to selected car rentals that we are cooperating with, for instance. And we can then in the later phase perhaps add a reservation system which we directly offer to help our customers to book a hotel rooms for the selected time, and same for the car, for instance. And so for admins we got some flight data that they need to obtain from the system, and cost reports and things like that, perhaps in the first phase, and then we can add later some other means. But basically, if this is a bare minimum, probably, and this is not enough for sure, and you may add immediately new things that I have missed out from this slide, but anyway, that's the idea. And you can add these all kinds of sketches and designs into the same user story map. So you can design while you go forward all these kinds of sketches and plans and architecture drawings, whatever comes to your mind and fulfills the need. So that is a small example how you could use this when designing a new digital service or digital product. So very handy to use user story maps for that. A practical implementation of a story map would be a huge whiteboard where a team or several teams can all have the information of how the product is getting built. In addition to that, of having tons of sticky notes on the whiteboard, you can have designs on the actual implementation of the product. In a hybrid or fully remote working environment, you can use whiteboarding tools like Miro or Mural or Microsoft Whiteboard and so on. So, in my opinion, user story maps are perfect if you have a completely new product to begin with. Story maps can truly bring your customers to focus and keep you away from just thinking about all features and functionalities your product can possibly have. And to me, the most important takeaway in story maps is to keep your eye on the product outcomes and customer experience instead of focusing on too much on internal metrics like output, team velocity and productivity. In the end, that is the key if we want to build successful products. So if you want to learn more about story maps, it's worth checking out this Jeff Patton's book or his online content. And leave a comment below if you want to continue discussion there. Alright, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. That will help supporting my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye for now.